wanted to highlight this comment to my Book of Enoch video because this perspective is basically correct, and in the field of biblical studies is not controversial at all. Biblical studies is a distinct discipline from theological studies. The two inform each other and the two do have things to contribute to each other, but biblical studies is a completely different route of study than what you normally think of in theology. And in biblical studies and in the field of biblical studies, the idea that the Old Testament and New Testament authors in their day would have been familiar with other works that were not divinely inspired, that may have had some influences on their writing, is not a controversial idea at all. In fact, if you were to pick up a copy of probably the best single introduction text to biblical studies, this is a giant book. I mean, it's a tome of a book. You'll be able to see how the New Testament authors were interacting not just with the Old Testament, but with other religious literature of their day, without saying that any of these texts are divinely inspired sacred scripture. Biblical studies deals with this kind of question and has far more to say on it than most people realize because it's not exactly the same as doing theology.